First of all, I would like to thank the organizers of XR4ALL conference for this invitation. I am sure that adapting the conference format for this year's edition has been quite a journey. For these extra efforts, again, we are grateful. Let's hope that soon enough we will be meeting again in person. My name is Matei Georgescu Paquin. I am a producer at Moment Factory. Today my talk will be harvesting from Key Moment Factory's project, from which I intend extracting some of the key approaches we are using for our project, combining heritage and multimedia. To start my presentation, I thought it would be appropriate to quickly fly through Moment Factory's background. Moment Factory has been a pioneer in the multimedia industry. We had the chance to be involved in many high-profile productions, where we had the opportunity to explore and demonstrate the added value of combining both the real and virtual worlds. Since its beginning 20 years ago, Moment Factory has been exploring all kinds of physical settings as artistic canvases. From the earliest VJing era in the 90s, the team was exploring a totally new way to enhance parties and events by proposing a live and visually immersive emotional build-up. VJing was a fertile playground to explore what was at the time an emerging experiential language, where the digital and physical worlds would merge. Over the years, from live concerts to halftime shows and ceremonies, from museum to airports, Moment Factory constantly has pushed the limit of the multimedia. Over the years, it became obvious that the common thread with all Moment Factory's productions was this desire to propose entertaining and inviting opportunities for people to gather in the public spaces and collectively live and share moments of wonder and emotions. That's why we say we do it in public. This philosophy has been proven to be a great alternative to the ongoing trends that are somehow plunging people into individual and virtual bubbles. It also has been a commercially relevant platform for our B2B clients looking for innovative ways to fight against new shifts in consumer behaviors that technology have created or accelerated. Online shopping instead of going to a store, listening music online instead of buying an album are only a few examples of these types of new behaviors. Storytelling has been, since a long time, part of the architectural language. With their own toolboxes, architects, sculptors, and artists could tell a story that would both decorate and differentiate their creations. With today's technology, there's new possibilities. We can extend this idea even further. We can extend the presence and magnify these iconic architecture at nighttime. We can reveal hidden stories by overlaying a dynamic virtual layer over the static architecture. Architectural video mapping is a new language of its own. Unlike cinema, it is not about projecting a movie on a generic surface. It is to include the architecture, the site, its own narrative as a storytelling canvas, or even as a character. Video mapping is site-specific, a show that can only occur at one place. The show that we've created for the Sagrada Familia, to my sense, exemplify this idea of extended storytelling.
For the multimedia show on the Sagrada Familia, we wanted to bring the facade to life, inspired by Gaudi's vision. The architect always wanted to bring color to the facade, so we conceived all the architectural mapping around this idea.
For the creative workflow, we started from sketches to see the aesthetics of the 7 acts. Then we went to the design phase. And in the design phase, we have the chance to work with the maquette and Hexagra. We use it to test our designs and go back to make adjustments. Then we place our animations in the Hexagora timeline and view them on the maquette. Hexagora and the maquette are a key part of our creative workflow.
So once all the elements come together, we travel to Barcelona to integrate the lights, sound and visuals.
We had only a couple of days to integrate this, so it was a big challenge. So we developed Hexagora to make the blending instantaneous by moving targets on the virtual 3D model and moving them on the actual physical Sagrada. We like to hide the technology and make it simple to people.
Video mappings are fantastic tools to contribute to cities' placemaking strategies. Adding to these architectural masterpieces in Nikon, these types of projects, highly attractive and contemporary propositions, are contributing to many strategic objectives. Happening at nighttime, these spectacles are becoming a great way for cities to capture and convert a daily excursionist clientele into sleepovers, hence resulting in extra spendings for hotel, restaurant, bars and shop, stimulating the local economy. As an example, Reims is well known for being the Champagne's capital. People are going for a daytime trip from Paris, leaving in the morning, visiting a Champagne's house, and returning to Paris the very same day. Reims adopted a really interesting strategy to reposition their perceived identity using their UNESCO architecture and turning them as free nighttime spectacles. Shifting from the famous liquor and as a main focus toward a broader cultural and rich heritage destination branding. Adding a virtual layer to these fantastic canvases allows also an interesting mediation and a dialogue with the site. We can't move away from the important cultural, historical, and symbolic significance of such sites. At Moment Factory, we are favoring using emotions as the main driver for engagement with the site deeper meaning. Information is also important for providing an understanding framework to the people. The example here shows the kind of tool we can use to push the engagement further by providing a knowledge transmission. Gamification is a great way to foster such engagement. Mobile apps are fantastic interfaces for people to interact with both the site and the informations. Heritage sites are expensive assets to operate, maintain, and repair. The ancient conception of these sites and the various regulations are providing extra costs for anything. We can use multimedia and new technology to contribute to this site's sustainability through the creation of new revenue streams. These projects have the potential of becoming real business models. In 2017, we launched an indoor ticketed spectacle in the Montreal Notre Dame Basilica, a show called Aura, a 45 to 60-minute experience offered year-long that will be presented for the next 10 years to Montrealers and its visitors. Let's take a quick look at how this unconventional canvas has expanded the idea of video mapping, usually happening on a facade, toward a real immersion into a site. It is easy to appreciate the artistic quality of this type of shows, but what we don't see, and that is equally important, is that the benefits are exceeding the direct revenues from the ticket sales. Economic offsets are also captured by many different local actors. These numbers are showing how important these types of projects can be. Having these figures also help to convince key stakeholders to help fund these projects, knowing the type of ROI they could get. It would be my pleasure to further elaborate on these topics during the panel section of the conference. Thank you very much.